Okay, so we are doing a final exam project for our final exam grade in math lab versus having you take another exam on final exam day. So you signed up for your partner and your topic. I compiled a list. I did my best to try to make sure everyone got at least one of their people, but the reality is everyone has to get something. So, that's why you're paired with who you're paired with. You don't really get like an out of it. All right, you have to learn how to work with people, even if you don't like them. I don't want to hear any complaining. That just makes like bad vibes. Whoever you're paired with, you guys are going to get the same grade. So I think that would be a great way to motivate your partner if they are one to not do their part, to motivate them with like positive peer pressure. Because I've tried all year, right? But for some reason, when you guys speak to your classmates, it resonates more with them versus like when I speak to them. So that is viewable, the list and what topic you're assigned in the slides in math class. You can go back and view it anytime you forget. But this is who you are working with. And the bullet point that you're under is what you're making the review game on. All right, so take a little look at who you are paired with and what you guys will be making a review game on. All right, and you'll have a few days to work on this. If you need like the contact information of your person because you don't have it or they're not here, I can give you their school email, but that's about it. Like if they're unreachable, like there's some kids on here that I have not seen in like a week or two. If they are unreachable, then you just have to do it. I don't think it's very hard either. So here's the requirements. So this is who you're paired with. This is the topic you'll be doing it on. Now here's the requirements. So you cannot plagiarize. It's very easy to do that because there's tons of games already out there made. If you notice, there's a lot of Kahoots that we play in here. I don't make every single one of those. But if you guys are wanting to do a Kahoot, for example, and you want to use one that's already out there, you need to change the numbers and answers, which is in itself good review. Like when we as teachers make reviews for you guys, we change the numbers, which then of course we need to make a key for it. So then we have to do calculations to figure out what the answer would be if those were the numbers. So that's why we're doing that. You can use something that's already made, but you have to change the numbers and answers if you do that. Or you can make it from scratch. So we'll talk about some possible games you can decide to do. All right, you need to have a minimum of 15 questions in your game. So types of questions, you could have like maybe some more vocab style questions. You could have some where you actually have to calculate something. You can have some where, I don't know, where you're using a graph. I don't know. It's up to you, but you need to have at least 15 questions on the topic that you're assigned on. You will be working on a rough draft today and tomorrow. And I don't know, because, I don't know how much will actually get done. So you might have to bleed it into Friday too, but it'll be turned in Friday. On that rough draft, you need to have the questions, the correct answers, and the work shown. Both of you do. Both of you will each turn in a rough draft. So if it happens to be that maybe you split the work, maybe one of you comes up with 8 questions, the other one comes up with 7 questions, and then you have to copy each other. You both need to turn in 15 questions with the answers and the workshop. A final copy, so your final game, will be due to me Monday. All right, so if you're making a Kahoot, you're sharing that link with me and making sure that it's viewable. Test it out yourself if you have to. Like email it to your personal email, see if you can view it when you click on it. If I can't, then it's going to go in as a 0 until it's viewable. All right, if it's a Jeopardy or something that you made online, or maybe you made it by hand, I don't know, I need to have that final copy Monday. This will be your final exam grade. You guys will receive the same grade, so hold each other accountable. We're gonna actually play these games in class, starting Tuesday, next week. Because then there's really not that many days after that. So questions on anything I just said? So your peers will be playing your games. If you want to bring in your own prizes or do something, I don't know, make it like really fun and interesting, I encourage you to do that. Maybe I'll give you like extra points for creativity. I don't know. But that is what you're doing. So here's some game suggestions. And I just did some that we did this year, or maybe not so much, some of them, so I can explain. You can make a find someone who worksheet, where maybe my topic is on function notation, so I just have to create, I don't know, 15 function notation problems. And then I'll make the copies if you need me to. And then I'll pass out those papers, and that's when you would go find someone who can solve that. And you like take papers and stuff. So it could be as simple as that. You can make a Kahoot. I'm sure you're familiar with those. You can make a Jeopardy, as long as they have 15 questions. A quiz trade is kind of like flashcards. So I could think of a few good examples for like factoring. So say that I'm trying to get you to think of two numbers that multiply to 36, but add to -5. And you're walking around with like a flashcard, quizzing each other. Once they get it right, you guys trade each other, and then you find someone else to do the flashcard. So it could be as simple as that too. Questions on that one? Quiz trade? A rally coach. I doubt anyone in here is going to make a rally coach, but it's where you have problems that are kind of paired together and you're coaching each other through it. So like you just basically have to make a worksheet and problems that you calculate and things like that. Or a booklet. You can make your own booklet. You can copy a booklet that's already made, but if you do, you need to change the numbers and answers. I will be checking. It's really easy to check too. So I can just type in your question and it'll show me all the ones that are like that. Don't just plagiarize. Change the numbers and answer. If you think of any others, let me know. I'd love to hear that. But those are just some suggestions. So any questions? Okay, so I'm gonna put the list back up of who you're working with. So sit together, introduce yourself if you've not really talked to them all year. There might be some on there that are like that. But it is what it is. Everyone has to work with people. You're not always